Coming up in this video, we have just arrived to Spain and are showing you what one of their free campgrounds looks like. We are on the hunt for an internet SIM card, and the police refer us to a free waterfront campsite with wild flamingos. Hello, we are Ben and Rebecca, and this is our puppy Lucia. In the fall of 2021, we shipped our 4x4 camper van Denny across the Atlantic in search of new experiences and a life less ordinary. Welcome to our journey. Our video starts about 1 hour outside of Barcelona in the small town of El Pla del Penedès, which translates to Plain of the Rocks, and this region is well known for its red wines. Although we didn't do any wine tasting here, we did make sure to enjoy some tapas and sangrias while visiting town. The free campground we are staying at is called an Air, and so far in our travels, we've seen them in Italy, France, and Spain. Their general intention is to welcome the camping community to visit the town for 1 to 2 nights and spend money with local businesses. Sounds like a great idea and a fair trade to me, especially when they can be found all across Spain. Most Airs are not just a free and safe place to park, they also have critical amenities such as trash cans, drinking water, a place to dump cassette toilets, and a pad to drain your gray water. Municipal employees emptied the trash cans and gave the place a once-over, and the local police made multiple passes every day. We thoroughly enjoyed our 2 nights in El Pla del Penedès, and now it's time to hit the road.
Good morning from the outskirts of Barcelona. We had a really wonderful couple of nights stay at that cute little town I cannot remember the name of, but if it's any indication of what lies ahead for Spain, I give it 2 thumbs up. We've pivoted a little bit since last time we've talked to you guys about our plans for future travel. We have decided instead of driving up and going on the Channel train from Calais, we're going to take a ferry out of Spain. Just did the math and it makes more sense for us. So that means we have almost exactly 2 months. Ferry's already booked until we leave here, and because of that, we definitely need more data. The one from France is not going to suffice for work and living for an extended period of time. Could be really easy like it was in Croatia. Could be really hard like it was in France. We've had it both ways. We have no idea what to expect, but we got our fingers crossed and hoping for the best. We got to the point where we couldn't take the car anymore. So now I am walking in. It's just a 5-minute walk. And I had to show you this little street because it's so pretty with all of the flags and the architecture. If Movistar doesn't work out, I'm in the right place because there's Vodafone and there's Orange. We're gonna get a phone card one way or the other today, but isn't this beautiful? I love that it's my little errand to run and go find this so I get to see this. It's spectacular. This is it. Back to the car from the cell phone SIM card hunt, and I hope it was successful. I ended up going with DG. They had the best deal. I got 100 gigs for the month for 20 euros. It's probably on the low side, like we won't Netflix and stuff with that. And my only concern with it is I hope the network is good. But it sounds like these smaller companies bounce off the big companies' networks, and they have really good coverage in the country with like Movistar and Orange and Vodafone. So we'll see how it goes. But we have internet now.
Hey, you see that?
No.
750 euro fine if you don't pick up your dog.
Is that what it means? Oh, yeah. Okay, now I see that. I saw a man out walking his dog and he had a little poo bag with him. And
750 euro, I guarantee you would be picking up your dog.
Yep.
Take the next left onto Avenue Lanes.
maybe you could help. Do you know a good, okay, natural place to camp?
Over there, it's parking. You can stay here with the truck.
Okay, back down there?
Yeah, there is a parking.
Oh, 1 kilometer.
Yeah, it's a big parking.
Muchas gracias, amigo.
You're welcome.
Hasta luego. When in doubt, ask the Popo for a place to camp.
Yeah, because if they say we can stay, they won't come and kick us out in 3 hours.
That place just looks way too muddy over there, and it's adjacent to, from this perspective, it looks kind of like a junkyard.
Yeah.
So, hey, I feel better that they recommended a place 1 kilometer down the road. That's not far.
Yeah, and also that they're here, like, watching stuff, too. It makes you feel good. Are you watching the birds?
Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Bird, bird, bird.
She is all about it right now. I wish I could capture it on camera, but when she sees one, she stands up on her hind legs inside the truck here, looking out the window at the birds. Thank you, Papa. Now I can smell the birds and the water. Oh, I think we are flamingos. Wow! Look at those birds, Lucci. Cool.
Will this work? You've been squawking. I don't know who's making more noise, you or the birds.
And they sound very similar.
Yes, this is I would call it a wetlands delta area. That's pretty nice. Our little spot here is not too bad. It's kind of got a little bit of the Baja, Mexico trash feel, just being honest about it. But we're by the water. The wind isn't blowing at this time.
The site was perfectly level.
Yeah, no adjustments needed.
We can take little Squawker here for a walk.
Yes.
There we go. Oh, it's so hollow, it's falling apart, huh?
Oh.
Lucy, you're so funny.
Okay. I was not planning on seeing flamingos in the wild here along the Mediterranean, but we are finally able to camp near them. That's too cool. Have you seen flamingos in the wild before?
Not that I recall off the top of my head.
Seen them at like the San Diego Wild Animal Park and the zoo, but
that doesn't count.
exactly, that does not count. These birds are formerly called greater flamingos, and although one commonly associates flamingos with Africa, they can be found in wetlands across southern Europe. We got our first glimpse of them when driving past a marsh in France, but to be camping next to flamingos in Spain is pretty awesome in my book. Here's an injured flamingo right outside the window of our truck. Not quite sure how to handle this situation considering it is a wild animal, but it's definitely has a bad wing. Okay, there's a gentleman parked over there. He saw the bird and he's going to get a hold of a local wildlife rescue because you don't just go jumping in and rescuing animals, especially ones that can have claws and big beaks, and you could almost hurt them even more. So he said he called. I guess about all we can do is keep an eye on the bird. Well, it's just about dark. That flamingo wandered out into the water, so now it's kind of really hard to tell where it is. There is one solo flamingo out there, No chance of this camera picking it up, but gosh, that sucks. Got a lot of respect for wildlife and want to help, but I got some experience with like a puffin and stuff like that in Alaska, but a flamingo, that's a big bird. You want to be careful. So yeah, there's just certain things that are out of your control, and I guess this is one of them. Who knows? It might have been from natural causes. Could have been a fight, and that one lost and got an infection. Who knows? We'll see what's out here tomorrow, I guess. Well, good morning. We're getting ready to hit the road. Came out, and I don't see any evidence of that injured flamingo, but there's a lot of healthy ones really close. I think actually within the range of this camera close. Now, all those shots that you just saw earlier in the video were from our Sony A7 with a really big lens on it, but for the little size and stature of this DJI pocket camera, I think it's downright amazing, and the convenience factor of it only being, well, here's the case for it, is this big. It's also times like these that I wish we had toys with us. I've been saying that a lot lately, bicycles and some type of a water device. Initially I was thinking like inflatable kayak, like a two-person, but then I remembered there's these things called pack rafts, and they pack up so small, and Rebecca and I could both have our own pack raft, which would be nice because I like to go fishing sometimes, which she would rather float and read a book on her Kindle. So that would be nice, but it's all just time, and trying to fit everything into the camper is always a challenge. I know we carry a bunch of stuff that some people would think is excessive or too much redundancy, but we have a fair amount for the truck. And you got to remember, like our clothes and personal effects would fit into a travel backpack, but you got a kitchen, you have a truck, you have a camper, you have a toilet that you want to carry extra parts for, you have all these heater hoses and differing things that could cause you a headache in the middle of nowhere. And I have a pretty darn good little kit together to get our asses out of a jam if one, or I should say when one arises, because it's inevitably going to happen. But this was a great spot. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a good spot for our Tuesday meetings, which kind of morphed into Tuesday, Wednesday meetings. Okay, I guess I should explain this Tuesday thing. We make Tuesday our admin day, so we have all of our phone calls and Zoom meetings set for that day. Obviously, it doesn't always work out perfect, but we find that if you can just designate one day that you know that you're not going to be doing anything but working, it kind of frees up time elsewhere. So that's our Tuesday admin day. So we stayed here 3 nights. I think that's good. Don't want to overstay our welcome, but I'm going to dub this place Flamingo Bay, and it's been good to us, and if we're in the neighborhood, we'll definitely come back. Coming up in our next video, we get hit by a Saharan dust storm, rent an Airbnb for Beck's birthday, get hit by another Saharan dust storm, find clean air outside Gibraltar, and reunite with old friends.